Hello friends, this is Dr. Kumar Shilu and I sincerely welcome all you people in my channel named Viral Shilu. Today I'm just going to share my views on one of the most interesting topics, and that is of goal setting. It's really very important for all of us to just have a goal in our lives. Without goal, our journey would simply be aimless. We would be just traveling, but we would not be sure what would be our destination. And it's not only just about setting a one goal, but once the goal is achieved, we should just try to set the another goal. And likewise, the whole process of just living the life would be just made quite enjoyable, and it would really be just fun. Not only to just keep setting the goals, but also to just keep achieving those goals in our lives. Let's understand what is goal and goal setting. Goal simply means to just achieve some end results, some specific result, and that too within a specific duration of time. And goal setting simply means having all the activities just to be put in by us. Anything and everything what we have been just doing to achieve this goal, that is something what we may be just calling as a goal setting. We should remember it could be anything. It could be to just achieve a good marks in our academics. It could be to be a successful entrepreneur. It could be to be a successful manager, or whatever you like. You need to just put in best of your efforts to just achieve these goals. And of course, you should really be very much specific while setting the goals, because if you are just not going to set a right goal, in fact, it would be just having an adverse impact in terms of demotivation, what you are just likely to get in the absence of achieving your goal. So let's understand what are the rules to be just followed by us while setting the goals. The very first one I would just like to start with is you should set a goal which would just give a lot of motivation. You should always just try to set the priorities in your life, and try to just set the goals for such priorities which are really very important to you. You should just set a goal for something which is just quite valuable to you. You can't just set a goal for something which you don't like, or which you are just not having something of good importance, because in that case you may not be just doing anything at all, or you may not be just putting best of your efforts, sincerest of your efforts to just achieve this goal. So first of all, just be very much clear, quite be specific that this is something what you just like to achieve in your life, and that's something what for you need to just set a goal. One of the another important thing what you need to just follow while just setting a goal is to have an application of SMART formula. Now SMART, S stands for specific goal. You should be just having a well-defined goal. You should be just having a very clear-cut idea. You can't just set a very generalized goal. Otherwise, you may not be just having an inclination to just achieve this goal. But if you are very much specific, if you are very much clear, if your goal is just quite well defined, you must be just having a strong desire to achieve that particular goal. Under SMART formula, the second alphabet is M, and that M stands for measurable. Your goal should be measurable. You should be just able to quantify your goal. You should be able to just gauge the goal. If you are not able to measure your goal, you may not be just knowing whether you just made any sort of progress or not. So try to set the goal which are measurable, something which you can just gauge. The third alphabet under the SMART formula is A, and this A stands for attainable. You should always just try to set the goal which is just quite attainable. You can't just have a too high standards for your goal, or you shouldn't just set a goal which is not at all to be just achieved, or which is just quite impossible to be just achieved by you. So try to just set a goal which is realistic, which is attainable by you over a period of time. Fourth alphabet under the SMART formula is R, and this R stands for relevant. You should just try to set the goal which is very much relevant either with your life or with your career, because if you are just not going to set the goal which is not at all related with your career, even after achieving such goal you may not be just having a lot of happiness. But if you would have just set the goal which is just quite in sync with your life or career, achieving such goal would be just giving you a lot of creative satisfaction. It would be just making you feel very much happy. So just try to set the goal which is quite relevant either with your life or with your career. And the last alphabet under the SMART formula is T, and this T stands for time bound. Your goal should be just having a time limit. You should be just able to achieve such goal within a specified time limit. Time limit could be one day, time limit could be 1 week, time limit could be 1 month, or even 1 year. depending on the nature and the type of the goal, you may be just setting a specific time limit, fair time limit, and within which you should be just able to achieve such goal. Because if you are just not able to just achieve a goal within a specified time limit, it may happen it would be just losing its relevance. It may be just losing its importance. So it is also very much important for all of us to just set a goal, and that goal should also be just having a specific time limit, and we should try our best to just achieve that goal within that given or specified time limit. Another important rule is to just have your goal in a very written form. So just try to write your goal and keep that written goal in front of your eyes as many times as possible in a single day. That is just going to give you a reminder that this is something what you just like to achieve. This is something what you are very much committed to. This is something what you are very much devoted to. So keep your goal in a very written form. Otherwise what happens that you may be just showing an excuse to yourself that you just forgot your goal. But if it is just in a written form, if your goal is just written with a pen and page, in that case you'll never be just forgetting that goal. In fact, it would be just giving you a constant reminder that this is something what you just like to achieve within a specific duration of time. By now you have specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time-bound goal. The next important stage is to just develop an action plan. You should be just knowing what are the activities just to be done by you to just achieve your goal. If possible, you may just try to divide your goals into sub goals, and accordingly you may be just setting a set of activities, and you should just stick to that set of activities. You should just keep working in the direction of achieving your goal. Ultimately what matters is to just have an accomplishment of the goal. So you should just try to develop a very feasible action plan which you can just get yourself stick to. And finally, keep working in the direction of achieving your goal. Don't lose your heart, don't get disheartened if you are just not going to have temporary success under the whole process of achieving your goal. If you just keep working very much sincerely, if you are just very much consistent, if you just keep putting best of your efforts, I'm sure that you are just going to achieve your goal within a specific duration of time. Hope you people might have just like this of my video. Happy goal setting to all of you, and importantly, use success in achieving your goal. Thank you very much.